Hi, and welcome to this week's Top 5 of the Week. First is an analysis of how the African Continental Free Trade Area affects living and working conditions in Chad. The research examines the potential impacts of the AfCFTA on the creation of the intra-African trade, the convergence of labor laws and standards, the distributive effects of the AfCFTA, and the AfCFTA and trade unions. The study concludes that the AfCFTA has the potential to create new opportunities for economic growth and job creation in Chad, but there is a need for policies that ensure that the benefits of the AfCFTA are distributed equitably and that labor standards are protected. I am excited to share this publication that positions African youth as integral to propelling global development. It states that in the next 2 decades, 96% of the entire net increase in the world's prime working age population, ages 15 to 49, will come from the African continent. It is therefore important for African governments to realize the potential of African youth as pioneers for growth in various sectors, including clean energy. This guide on child-responsive urban policies, laws and standards was developed jointly by the UN Habitat and UNICEF upon realization that urban policies and legislation instruments do not adequately mainstream the rights of children. The publication argues, although more than half of the 2 billion global population of children are between the decision-making ages of 10 and 18 years, and yet current urban laws, policies, and practices do not empower them to make decisions about the primary issues that affect their lives. These include issues related to their growth, education, and play. Climate and migrant justice are the focal points of this publication under the pretext that as climate change drives new global migration patterns, it is important to uphold the human rights and dignity of communities on the front lines of these displacements and other types of instability. On this note, the publication seeks to highlight and counter dangerous narratives that work to stereotype affected persons. This includes recognizing dehumanizing language, for instance, referring to people as masses, waves, and threats. The 14-page brief also makes a case for employing facts in telling a climate-related story and suggests principles for framing climate and migration reportage. The world of work as we know it has been disrupted by new technologies, climate change, globalization, and more recently, the COVID-19 pandemic. The report advocates for building an agile workforce capable of navigating the fast-changing labor market through appropriate and timely skilling, reskilling, and upskilling. Readers are introduced to apprenticeship, enterprise, and entrepreneurship policies, factors that influence the participation of enterprises in apprenticeships, policy interventions to enhance enterprise participation, measures and policy options for enhancing enterprises' participation in apprenticeships. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a good week.